Can't make this up, bro. Like, I'm just kind of going crazy with Lava Puppet right now, and we're still in the testing phase. What I have right here, this is it right here. If I can just get better with my totem placements and making sure the queen arrow hits every time, I think this just kind of works in Legends. So yeah, in this video we're gonna go over the Lavaloon puppet replays that I have. Again, Lavaloon puppet maxed out on the Warden, and kind of just talk about some of the tips while I get my hits in. Pretty much, I used a full 30 seconds to plan out the attack, and you're never tight on time, but you do want to like just be considerate and make sure you have enough time to funnel. So I always look at the anti-airs first, and then the sweepers, and then the roasters. So I see the sweepers and the roasters are facing the middle, so I'm not going to be able to avoid that. I just have to avoid that with the Lavaloon. And so with this base, this is kind of just an easy funnel because it just goes like this. So all I have to do is send the RC on one side to take that out, and then the queen could like just go right here and shoot the arrow. You see, so now there's only 2 anti-airs left. I was hoping the RC can get it, and this is what I mean by just having better placement. I messed that up. Now because I used up the arrow on the anti-airs, now the invis tower is still up, so I used a log launcher to take that out. And that's it. Now I can send my army right down the middle, and once they hit the heavy area, I can go ahead and pop my Warden ability, get the Lavaloon puppet out, and I use the rocket balloons to snipe the other anti-air down here. So that's why I have the 2 rocket balloons, just to snipe those. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, the queen is somehow alive. I keep her alive with the totem, keep her lasting longer. I make sure to use the totems in the middle. Very good minion prince ability here. Look at this Lavaloon puppet. Look how they take out the anti-air, the last one. That's crazy. See, so if you use the Eternal Tome, yeah, you're keeping all the riders alive, but it's defensive. They're not taking out any defense, they're not cleaning up anything, and it doesn't even last that long because of the nerfs last year or 2 years ago, whenever they nerfed it. So yeah, I really love the Lavaloon puppet, even though it's not the most optimal thing. You could see it took out the last anti-air, so now it's an easy ride for our Dragon Riders, easy ride for our Minion Prince. And yeah, just use the last totem right here, distract everything, and there we go. Okay, pause. So this attack, it's basically the same thing. I use up the 30 seconds to plan. We have anti-air 1, 2, 3, 4. So this, I can see that there's just sectioned off. So if we send everything in the middle, they're gonna go to the core automatically. So all we need to do is RC1 on the left and then the queen on the right. I always use an Infernal Dragon behind the RC just to kind of start cleaning up, because you see all the free value it starts getting. I use my queen arrow and I completely whiff it. I don't get a single anti-air with them. Completely missed it. So I still use her with the siege barracks and do what I can there. And once I let her kind of funnel a little bit more, I send the Dragon Riders in with the 2 druids. The 2 druids on top of the Warden healing ability, for some reason the Dragon Riders just live. And then they also heal the Lavaloon puppets too. It's crazy. So I start using the totems in the core. Minion Prince gets bodied, so I use his ability and Overgrowth just out of panic. And you see the Lavaloon puppets are still in the back end. They take out the anti-air. So now they're going onto the main defenses out here in the back end. They do a lot of damage when they explode. The Dragon Riders are going crazy. The Queen's still somehow always alive in these attacks. And I still have so many totems left. So yeah, at this point, there is an anti-air in the back end. I didn't even get that with the RC, to be honest. But I really love to focus these anti-airs when you can, just because it helps the Lavaloon puppets go to the actual defenses that you care to take out rather than flying across the map and just dying. I'm finding that's where the true value is using the Lavaloon puppets to actually do damage to the defenses in front of the Dragon Riders rather than just flying. So there we go, another crush base. Okay, so with this one, it is kind of weird because the clan castle's on the outside with the monolith and multi-gear. You do want to focus the monolith and multi-gear when you can as well. So we have anti-air right here, right here, right here, right here. So you see they're all lined up on the same tile. This is what I'm looking for. Either if they're lined up, just for the arrow. What's the easiest to hit the queen arrow? So that's kind of what I'm looking at. I see there's a lot of toxicity in the middle, so that might get overgrowth. Or just totemed, and we'll see where I go. The poison spell, we have balloons and rocket balloons to pull those, and also the anti-airs are kind of close enough, like especially this one, where you could put the 2 rocket balloons to take that out. So I'm totally keeping that in mind. Maybe the RC can get 1 while the rocket balloons take another. The queen could take another 2. That's all of them taken out. Usually the clan castle is pretty useless nowadays, especially into this when the totem meta is right here. Oh, this was important too. So I actually, let me rewind that. Okay, so one thing that I like to do that you should always look for Royal Champion, this is how you get the best value, is when you see buildings like this that is just outside and it's out of range of any other defenses, you could just put the Royal Champion right here. That's what I like to do before you use her ability, because then the Seeking Shield will go past them. So instead of wasting the Seeking Shield on a useless building, it'll actually go and maybe take out these 4 buildings. So I put her down before I activate the ability. Once I take it out, then I activate it. Now she did step up right in range of the Expo, so that kind of sucks, but it worked. I got the anti-air, so cool. So now I got the anti-air, and I could go ahead and take out the Super Wizard Tower, the Expo, place my Inferno Dragon. I put the balloon to try to pull the poison, but he had a Tesla here already. So the RC goes ahead and she might pull that. I go ahead and put the queen with the siege barracks. She shoots her arrows, gets both the anti-airs. So now it's just the one on the left, and I put the rocket balloons over there. All the anti-airs are taken care of. Now we wait for the poison spell to pop. I'm just gonna let it pop for a little bit, but you already see the funnel that was created. It was like right here with the queen. So now we deploy our troops right in the middle. The P.E.K.K.A.s are over here taking out the Royal Champion on top, putting her 1 HP. So here we go. So now we're going to wait for them to get a little closer to the core, and then we go ahead and pop our healing tome with Lavaloon Puppet. I overgrowth the left side because there was just a lot of damage over there. You could also overgrowth the back end as well. That works. But you see how the Lavaloon puppets, they're just not dying now. They're doing so much damage in the core. Meanwhile, the minion prince with his dark crown is just eating everything alive when things are dying. All the little pups are dying. He's just getting bigger and stronger because of it. So it's just really a nice combo. So yeah, I didn't notice what I use a minion prince ability on, but probably the core. But he's just here. For some reason, nothing is focusing him. I'm using the totems correctly to make sure nothing is focusing. Notice how I'm putting the totems on the right of the spitter, so it's shooting completely somewhere else and not towards the minion prince or my army. And now, if everything else was to die, that would be fine, because the minion prince could just clean this up by himself with the totems. So here we go, tornado trap pops, and that's the beauty of the Lavaloon and the pups, is that they trigger traps like balloons and lava hounds do. Minions do not trigger traps, but the Lavaloon puppet does. So they completely clear the way for the minion prince and everything else. And that's just another clean 3-star. And so this hit, I don't know if this is just a bad base or not, just to kind of like identify the game plan. Anti-air here, 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 and here. So they're kind of linear, and whenever you see the anti-airs like in a straight line like this, I always try to prioritize putting the queen in the corner because it's very low effort. All you have to do is just place her all the way in the corner, and then once she starts targeting the defense, you pop the arrow, and it gets everything in the perfect line for free. So that's kind of my strategy with that. Now that we know where to put the arrow to get the anti-airs, we have these two on the top, where can we get the best RC value? It's not down here because the Expos outrange the Royal Champion with Rocket Spear, and so does a Monolith. So, and then she doesn't even target the long shot, so this is suicide. So the only other option we have is up top. So I put the RC up there because she gets all of this for free. And sometimes the Seeking Shield leaves the Mortar at 1 HP in Legends League. So I would use a totem to destroy them and also distract for the enemy heroes at the same time. This will save some more Rocket Spear shots. There we go. So as we go ahead and get the Royal Champion, I do invest a totem there just to hopefully get the hero and the multi-tower, just a funnel. There's a queen right there, perfect arrow like we talked about. I think we even got a sweeper in there. Yeah, we got a sweeper in there too. So that was just even more lucky, just bad base. So can't really take all the credit. But now that the funnel's set, I put the balloons down, then the Dragon Riders, Minion Prince, Warden, and then the Druids as well to start healing. Make sure to put the totems down nice and early to make sure to start tanking for the Expo, the heroes. If you could keep your queen alive, that'll be amazing. So always put the totems behind the defenses so they're attacking away from your army. When you see witches like this, again, you don't even need a poison spell. Totem just completely stall it. It destroys all the skeletons. It's so good. So yeah, the Infernal Dragons also do a very good job at, well, that one just died, but they also do a very good job at taking out things like the heroes. Like over here, the king just means nothing to these guys. They're very good for cleanup and they usually take out the town hall. And yeah, another crush base. So a lot of the times the druid, like you see how they turn into bears, I think they're just gonna die or get hit by spring traps, but in best case scenario they do this. They actually go for the defenses or tank the defenses too, and it just kind of helps with clearing the base. But sometimes they do just get stuck in walls and just become useless, so it's all good. So now here's something that's very important, right? I do have this monolith at 1 HP. These minions on the bottom aren't going to get it, and the queen doesn't outrange it, and I only have one totem left. So this is where totem placement comes in handy. I'm not going to use a totem to save the queen. I'm going to let her die because she's just tanking, and the other totem dies too. But I am going to use it right here. Let him take one shot, and now I use the totem. This will make sure to give the most maximum time for the Infernal Dragon to take out the Town Hall and the Minion Prince. And then we clutch it for the 3-star. Okay, last attack, another weird base. So we have our anti-airs 1, 2, 3, and 4. Again, they're lined up, but this is just a weird base. Like, it's hard to see where you actually want to get the value. And maybe because it's so weird, then our army kind of thrives, because it doesn't feel like things are working together. Like the sweepers are kind of pointed inward and outward. The spitters is only like one per side. So I just end up attacking the top. Let's just get one of the anti-airs out of the way. When in doubt, just attack in a corner. And so she was, with the rocket spear, she was able to get a scatter shot, giant cannons, all this stuff by herself. And then she could probably get the multi-gear and pull the CC while she's dead. On top of that, these two anti-airs are lined up, and if you try to line up the queen like over here, it might miss. You might get it if you shoot the arrow that way, but it's kind of hard to do unless like you're a god. But it's easier to do it from here because you can shoot it straight and you'll get it. So that's probably what I end up doing here actually. So now that the RC goes ahead and grabs this value here, yes, he pulled out the CC. I used the golem, the totem. See how they all just get pulled to the totem? And then the queen, like I said, shoots her arrow, gets both the anti-airs, throw the siege barrack. I do use a totem because there's a lot of damage here, and I don't want the giant going down too fast. I throw the balloon, get the Dragon Rider started. Remember, Infernal Dragon behind the RC. And yeah, the ice golems on top of the giant, perfect. That's fine. Your queen giant will take out the CC. Now everything in the core, all my totems and just focus is going to be in the core now, because there's a lot of damage and there's like a rage tower about to pop. So Minion Prince has a perfect angle soon. I overgrowth the bottom here just for funneling. I want to make sure everything goes into the middle so Minion Prince can freeze everything, totem everything. I placed a totem up here too. I didn't see why. I think I was too late with something. The Druid Bear is kind of useless here too, but either way, so we're just toteming everything, making sure we get as much value as we can. Super Minions coming in clutch right now as well. Minion Prince is stuck on the King, which sucks, but yeah, Dragon Rider is still going strong. Not sure where my Warden died or how, but yeah, everything is just doing really good here. Look at this Sneeze, just going crazy. He's trying to do his best with the booger there. Not gonna get it, but yeah, Minion Prince, Dragon Rider just going crazy here. And then on the back end, this is it. The rest of the base was crushed, by the way. Like, there's nothing left, nothing significant. Now we just have a strong maximum Dark Crown Minion Prince just ready to terrorize the rest of the base. And we still somehow have Dragon Riders left, so they're gonna go and take out these defenses. And that's it. This is all just cleanup now. I use my minion here on the corner, use it wherever you're gonna get value to clean up, and that's pretty much it. So it's unfortunate here. I don't think they would have been able to take out this Wizard Tower, but one takes a Seeking Air Mine and another takes a Seeking Air Mine. It is all good because they just took it so the Minion Prince doesn't have to. That's all it is. Minion Prince always just ends up so strong at the end of this. So we even have the Angry Jelly alive too. So yeah, so they go and take it. Look at this. He takes a Seeking Air Mine too, and then he starts taking Super Wizard Tower shots. It doesn't even matter because he's so strong. But without the Dark Crown, I feel like he would have died. And I also just want to showcase my war attacks. I've been just getting 3 stars in wars with these. I know it's not as special as Legends League, but just for those who just wants to learn more about Lavaloon tricks, here's some stuff you can do in war. So as you can see, I still have the Lavaloon here. And I attack with the RC on the bottom because I noticed 2 anti-airs and a poison tower, and I have a trick for this. Notice I took an earthquake. I took an earthquake with this army instead of one of the totems because her Seeking Shield with the earthquake takes out a poison tower. So watch what happens. I'm going to put her on the bottom corner here, throw out my Seeking Shield, and then put out an earthquake. And it leaves it at 1 HP, but then it takes it out. So now the Royal Champion doesn't need to deal with the poison. And also it one-shots the Ricochet Cannon without the Legends League debuff. So now I get more spears. I think like 1 or 2 more spears because I did this. And it's great. Now it should leave me in a situation to get this scatter shot. She ends up attacking Minion Prince or whatever. With the Queen, I put it down in the perfect positioning to get the 2 anti-airs over here. And now they could also deal with the CC. Just put a totem to distract the CC. Perfectly fine. And the RC actually didn't get the scatter shots 1 HP. So miscalculation on my end, but it does not matter. And so I put the Dragon Riders behind the scatter shots, or I try to. I position it a little bad because of how the RC path, but it's all good. They take it out anyway. And now I don't think there's any more anti-air towers, so now the Lavaloons are just going to stay in the center, doing as much damage as they can. We're healing in the center as well. Totems, distract everything. Make sure to put 1 on the top. Poison pops off, that's perfectly fine. Distract the heroes with the totem. I didn't want the Dragon Riders to get hit there with the monolith on the bottom, so I overgrowth that, deal with it later. And you see everyone, there's an answer for everything here, just with simply totems and overgrowth. And there's so much healing with the Druids and the Warden healing tome, it's so crazy. This is what I was talking about too, is that the bears get stuck and they're useless. Even though this bear could just run around, he's just gonna get stuck and useless sometimes. So sometimes it's better if you can just think better than I can to put the Druids like in a position where maybe they won't end up in the core of the base. Maybe they'll end up on the side. Then they could run and be useful. But yeah, that's one war attack. And then this was the other one. So there's a lot of ways you can go about this, especially because it's not Legends League. It's really easy. So with this one, I just went back to the standard build and I noticed all the anti-airs are here. But this time I noticed if you're doing war, you can scout the base beforehand. So I noticed there's no arrow value. I don't need to snipe anything with the arrow. There's no invis tower. So instead of taking the arrow, I just took healers. You could also take the clone spell if you have that leveled up. Like, you could really do whatever you want with the Queen as long as it's not the arrow. So with the RC, I actually end up throwing her rocket spear and seeking shield in order to try to get this, and watch what happens. She actually snipes this, and then the king distracts. I mess up my totem and the king starts hitting the RC. I throw another one, so now she's distracted on her, and then I just kind of leave it at that. And for the rest of the attack, I'm like, okay, let me start my queen, put the healing on, because the healers are good because they also soak up air mines for your dragon riders. So at the very least, they can act as cocoa loons. And look at this, the Phoenix is taking pellet traps. That's crazy. So yeah, she actually takes out the anti-air. We're missing one anti-air here, but it's okay. We're gonna get it eventually. And yeah, without that, all we have is the rage tower compartment and the monolith. I guess what, along with the CC, the super wizard towers are good, but like one totem in the center will distract both of them. So yeah, I go ahead and put a totem in the center here. Anti-air is gone, so now we can pop our warden ability, and the Lavaloons actually split, one to each compartment that we were talking about. So it's kind of crazy. The one in the middle popped. It didn't do too much damage to the monolith, and that is fine. I felt like this was a good spot to use the minion print ability, so I do that there. I overgrowth on the top, so they kind of take that out really easy, and this is one of those bases that the druids shine too, because look at the bears. The bears are running around and now they're tanking and being useful. Or not, because he just got hit with a spring trap. So never mind there. But yeah, we have an ice hound in the CC, and all we did was put a totem. You put a totem there and now they're distracted. All the Lavaloon pups are cleaning up along with them. So this is why I don't really take cleanup troops like minions and stuff, because there's plenty of cleanup in the form of boogers, Lavaloon pups, and you have your one minion, the super minions, Inferno Dragons. It's all just so good. So this is pretty free, guys. I don't know, man. But anyway, guys, those are my Lavaloon Legends hits for today, at least the successful ones. Let me know if you have any questions or if you want me to cover anything else, and I'll catch you in the next one.